Hey everyone, it's Hano the Awkward Navigator. So back again for another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and currently going through the flight training package which is provided in the program. And we are up to, I guess, level 4, lesson 4, which is landing techniques for a successful touchdown. So let's jump in. So again, flying the Textron Aviation Cessna 152 around Sedona, Arizona, and we'll be managing speed and glide path on the final approach. Going to flare the aircraft to touch down smoothly and brake after landing to end the flight safely. Flight duration is 4 minutes, so it should be a nice, short, sharp one. So let's get into it. Alright, so here we are.
My first instructor used to say the best part of flying is landing in one piece. The man was a terminal pessimist, but he wasn't wrong. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing.
Alright.
We've got clearance for a straight-in approach, so we don't have to complete the standard traffic pattern. And I've already set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 10 degrees of flaps and idle power. We're on the glide slope now. Maintain speed around 65 knots. Change your pitch if you need to.
Alright, so
and keep
throttle
your aim
down.
points on the runway number. When you're targeting the runway number, you want to keep it steady in your sights. If it looks like the number's moving up in your windscreen, you're coming in low. You'll need to add a bit more throttle to get back on the slope. If it looks like the number's moving down in your windscreen, well, then you're too high. You'll need to add flaps to increase your rate of descent, but you'll also need to push forward and trim to change your attitude and maintain the same speed.
Let's bring my flaps down. Press flaps. Alright, so my speed's dropping down now. So around 70. Throw a half throttle. Set around 65 knots.
Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. Once we pass the threshold, shift your aim point to the end of the runway. Then, pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
So thresholds those 6 white lines running parallel to the runway.
Okay, we're past the threshold. Start the flare. Keep pulling back slowly. Let the plane settle onto the runway. Don't push it down, but don't let it start climbing.
Beretta.
Nice. Now apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop.
And applying a foot brake. Try and bring it center onto the runway. There we go. Let's pull up here because they haven't told me to do anything else.
Great job.
Yeah.
As they say, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing.
Okay.
But if you can use the plane the next day, it's outstanding. Landings can be hard, even for seasoned pilots. Trust me, don't hesitate to practice. After all, that's what we're here for, right?
Yep. So there we go. Bit of a landing, a little bit off center. So went through, followed the glide slope down to the runway, maintaining around 65 knots. So to achieve that, increase my flaps and throttle to about halfway. I was able to sit around 65 knots. Flare the aircraft, so slightly pull back on the yoke and raise the aircraft nose and throttle down so the aircraft's able to lose a bit more speed and drop down onto the runway at a nice flat attitude. And then bring the aircraft to a stop using the brakes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So there we go, that was just on 2 minutes of total flight time, so probably came a little bit quicker than normal, and braked a bit earlier, so but still at the end of the day, landed on the runway fine, and it was pretty good landing by my book. So yeah. So it wraps up this video for now. If you enjoy this content on the Awkward Navigator and you haven't subscribed yet, show your support by clicking subscribe. Got any comments, put them down below in the comments section. Share the links and also give a thumbs up so I know that what I'm making is good material and you enjoy it, and I'll keep making more material like this in the future. So till the next video, thanks for watching, see you around and keep heading for that horizon. Alright, see ya.